In this video, we're going to look at how to use VisIt-ESSI plugin to visualize some of your simulation results in Easy Simulator. So I'm in a folder here which has output from a simulation. I can tell by the extension h5.fa output. This is a big nuclear power plant model. So I wish to take a look at those results. Just type easy. I just type visit in the command line. And if the plugin was correctly compiled in your system, it should appear in the list of plugins here, right at the end. VisIt-ESSI, or somewhere in between. So Visit can select automatically what plugin is best to open a given file. It tells by the extension, so I just can directly click on that output file and it'll open it. Now in order to see the mesh at all, I have to click here and add to the plots, and I'm going to plot the mesh and the mesh domain. There you can see the nuclear power plant model. Now this power plant model is composed of 27 node bricks, shells, and some beams and contacts under the foundation. Visit currently visualizes the 27 node bricks, which could have a general curved geometry, but in this case Visit just decomposes it into triangles. And that's good for most types of visualizations. Anyway, other things you can plot here under the mesh tab correspond to Gauss points. So then if you want to take a look at stresses and strains, you would see a cloud of Gauss points, and you can plot stresses and strains using that kind of mesh. For now, I'm just going to focus on looking at what the actual mesh looks like. And one of the techniques useful to verify the mesh is to take a look at the element type to see if the element types were mapped to the correct type of elements in Easy. So you use a pseudo color plot on top of the mesh using element types to color the elements. So if I do that and press draw, I will see each element assign a different color based on its element class. For example, this 8002 tag right here corresponds to the 27 node bricks. Now another useful thing is to plot a part of the mesh. If we want to take a look at the interior of the power plant, for example, the way to do that is to add an operator on top of the mesh, and a specific type of operator called the selection operator, the box selection operator. What this does is you draw an imaginary box in the 3D space, and plots will only occur within that box. So that's pretty handy. We'll plot an appropriate box for this model I'm using. So I'm specifying the ranges in X, Y, and Z for the box plot. And as soon as I apply and click on draw, I can draw part of the mesh. Now if I want to get rid of those little triangles, there's a trick. If I double click on mesh, I can tell it to show internal zones, and that'll actually plot without those triangles, just the borderline of each element. That's useful. The final thing I want to show is you can actually do on top of this a label plot. So the VisIt-ESSI plugin exposes a bunch of data sets to Visit so that we can take a look at various things of the mesh. And one of the things is the node tags. So you can do a label plot which will actually draw numbers at each node. And in this case, the numbers are going to be the node tags. So if I do that, you'll see the node tags come up. Now, Visit only displays a certain amount of node tags at a given time. So if you double click on the label plot, go here, I'm going to go to the label plot, double click on that, you can tell Visit how many labels to plot at any given time, and also to change if you're drawing the labels which are in front or facing to the back of the model. Now this changes interactively, so if I get close to an area which I'm interested in looking, say this top of the mesh, I can actually, those tags will pop up and the other ones will disappear. Let's bring that to 10 to see what 10. Yeah, so maybe I'm interested in taking a look at these, at this particular element. Anyway, those are some of the techniques that we can use to verify that our mesh is doing what it's supposed to do, and to post-process our results in the VisIt-ESSI plugin.